Alright gamers, so here's the deal. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch today, doing some Gauntlet, doing some Hunt Pass giveaways and stuff, but I'm going to have to speedrun this video so I get there on time. So let's go over the Gauntlet cycle structure for Season 2. Like and subscribe and stuff. Okay, so let's start by going over the individual levels, 1 through 20, and tell you what behemoths are going to be in each cycle and what weapons you should bring. So, level 1 of each cycle, we are going to have Drask, Shrike, Embermane, Pangar, and Shroud. If you want to be neutral to everything, you can bring a Terra or a Radiant weapon here. But Frostwolf or, Malkarian Savit is okay still because there's only one behemoth and it's really not that big of a deal if there's only one behemoth of that type. That first level is kind of easy, but level 2, it ramps up the difficulty right away. We got Deep Frost Gnasher, Fenroar, Flameborn Coolshot, Sporestruck Charog, and Flameborn Rezakiri. This one I would probably recommend the Savit weapon, maybe with one Frostwolf weapon on the squad. For level 3, we have Deep Frost Gnasher, Lightbound Koshai, Deep Frost Skarn, Lightbound Boreas, and Frostwolf. So for this, you'll probably want to use a Hellion or Charog weapon, or you can go with a Riftstalker weapon. Then level 4, we have Riftstalker, Phalanx, Savit, Shadow Touch Koshai, and Thunderdeep Drask. So for this one, you can bring a Radiant weapon or a Terra weapon, and you'll have 2 elemental advantages, or you can bring the Frostwolf weapon for 1 elemental advantage, and just good all-around DPS. Then for level 5 of each cycle, we have Scorchstone Hellion, Rockfall Skarn, Valamir, Moonreaver Shrike, and Tempestborn Stormclaw. To be neutral to everything, you need to run Frostwolf or Riftstalker here. Then for level 6, we have Moonreaver Shrike, Winterhorn Scrave, Razorwing Carabac, Phalanx, and Rezakiri. Birds and bugs, and for this one, I'd probably recommend the Savit unique effect with Malkarian Bond here. For level 7 of the cycles, we have Bloodfire Embermane, Frostwolf, Riftstalker, Koshai, and Tempestborn Stormclaw. For this one, if you want to be neutral to everything, then you go Radiant, but Frostwolf UE probably wouldn't be the worst here. It does also have the Fury modifier as a full level modifier on this one, meaning Rage will last longer, and I forgot to mention it, but level 6 will also have the Behemoth Blitz modifier for all of the behemoths. Level 8 is going to be a little random. We have Firebrand Charog, Valamir, Deadeye Coolshot, Shockjaw Nezaga, and Alira. Charog is going to have Combustion, Coolshot is going to have Entropy, and Nezaga is going to have Electrify. Frostwolf unique effect will be a good one here, but you can also run Riftstalker. You'll have 2 elemental advantages. It just depends on who you want to have an easier time fighting. Then level 9, we have a fun one. It's going to be Ragetail Gnasher, Deep Frost Gnasher, Flameborn Gnasher, Frostback Pangar, and Scorchstone Hellion, all with the Aftershocks modifier. You can bring pretty much whatever you want to this one. I would recommend the Savit or Riftstalker unique effects. Level 10, this is going to be a crest level, and boy, is this going to be something. We have Malkarian plus Drask on round 1, we have Torgadoro plus Embermane on round 2, we have Chronivore on round 3, we have Thrax and Shroud on round 4, and then we have Urska and Torgadoro on round 5. So here the Agris weapon would be the best option because they still did not add our boy Agris into Gauntlet. Now this level will seem crazy for certain rotations, mainly the ones where we don't have the Weapon Master modifier, but remember, most of the time actually we are going to have the Weapon Master modifiers, so we are going to be dealing double damage with that weapon, so it's not going to be that bad with some of these like crazy looking levels. Level 11 of the cycle is a bit of a break from that. We have Thunderdeep Drask, Flameborn Gnasher, Koshai, Riftstalker, and Rezakiri on level 11 with the Flaming Tail modifier on all of those. Probably recommend the Frostwolf unique effect here, neutral to everything, and you have a bonus on Flameborn Gnasher. Level 12 of each cycle, we are going to have Bloodfire Embermane, Phalanx, Flameborn Rezakiri, Razorwing Carabac, and Double Skarn, Rockfall Skarn, and Deep Frost Skarn. Again, Frostwolf unique effect, probably not too bad here. You have 3 advantages, 1 disadvantage, but the Savit unique effect also has 2 advantages and no disadvantages, so it's about the same. But we do have the Thick Skull modifier here, so it's going to be pretty hard to stagger all of these behemoths. And then level 13 is surprisingly easy. We have Gnasher, Shrike, Quillshot, Embermane, and then Chronivore at the end with the Deep Freeze modifier on all of those. You'll probably want the Riftstalker unique effect here to make the Chronivore a bit easier, but you can run Frostwolf here as well. For level 14, we have Shadow Touch Koshai, Riftstalker, Thunderdeep Drask, Thrax, and Urska. And this one is going to be a bit tough, as it has the Last Stand modifier, meaning you can only go down once and revive yourself once. But the good news here is if you run the Chronivore weapon with maybe a Rezakiri or a Valamir Bond, then you will be able to get elemental advantage on 3 behemoths there, and you will be able to res yourself once per fight. And you can also run the Agris unique effect if you want to. You'll have elemental advantage against 1 behemoth, and you'll be neutral to everything else, and being able to res the entire team if needed. Level 15 is going to be another crest level, it's going to have Razorwing Karabac, Koshai, Rockfall Skarn, Earthshaper Fenrir, then Frostwolf and Embermane at the end, and we are going to have the Poison Blood modifier on all of those. This one is a pretty obvious shock weapon here. You'll have elemental advantage against 4 behemoths. Level 16, no modifiers on this one. We have Moonreaver Shrike, Thunderdeep Drask, Bloodfire Embermane, Frostback Pangar, and Bloodshot Shroud. So this is literally level 1 of the Gauntlet cycle, but with the harder versions of each of these behemoths. So again, for this one, you could go Radiant or Terra, but you can go Frostwolf as well, because Pangar won't be that bad. Level 17 of the cycles is going to have a lot of these physical attack type modifiers here. So we're going to have Shadow Touch Nezaga with Entropy, we're going to have Firebrand Charog with Combustion, we're going to have Deep Frost Skarn with Frigid Touch, we're going to have Tempestborn Stormclaw with Electrify, and then Earthshaper Fenrir with Combustion and Electrify, because there isn't a Poison Touch modifier yet. So here you'll go Radiant Weapon if you want to be neutral to everything, and then you can go Frostwolf as an optional, like, yeah, I don't care about that Deep Frost Skarn type thing. Then level 18 of the cycles is going to be an Umbral and Radiant escalation in one. So we're going to have Riftstalker, Alira, Shroud, Rezikiri, then Shroud and Rezikiri. So ideally you'll probably run Frostwolf or Savit on these. Then level 19 of each cycle is going to have a double behemoth for each fight. So we're going to have Phalanx Shrike, we're going to have Flameborn Rezikiri Karabac, we're going to have Flameborn Nasher, we're going to have Flameborn Quillshot, and then we're going to have Scorchstone Hellion and Frostback Pangar. I definitely recommend the Frostwolf unique effect on this one. You would have 5 behemoths that you're advantage against with only 1 weakness, and then you have 9 behemoths in total that you are at least neutral to, and if it bothers you that much, then you can go Savit here. And then level 20 of each cycle is going to be the heroic versions of the same level 20 that we had last time, except for Chronivore. So we have Stormrider Malkarian, Landbreaker Torquedoro, Chronivore, Fear Eater Thrax, and then Bone Churler Urska. Really run whatever you want here, but the Terra weapon, you will be neutral to everything. So those were all of the behemoths in each of the levels. Now let's go over the cycles on how the modifiers are going to stack up. Level 1 through 20 we just went over. There's no additional modifiers on that one. And then from level 21 onward, we are going to be at level 25 on the behemoth level. And then for the next 7 cycles here, we are going to be having the Weapon Master modifiers all in a row. 21 through 40 is Sword, 41 through 60 is Repeaters, 61 through 80 is Chainblades, 81 through 100 is Pike, 101 through 120 is Strikers, 121 through 140 is Axe, then 141 through 160 is Hammer. In case you didn't catch yesterday's video, I'll say it here, but the Weapon Master modifiers are going to straight up double your damage with that weapon, and then it's going to halve the damage that you do with the other weapons. And Sedge did run the calculations. It is indeed a multiplicative damage bonus, or a multiplicative damage loss in the case you run some other weapon, so it is imperative that you run whatever weapon it says to. And then the scaling increases are going to start at level 161, meaning it's going to be extra tougher than a normal level 25 behemoth, and on this one we are going to start with the Stonehide modifier. This cycle will feel a lot more difficult, both because of the excess scaling, but also because you're not going to be dealing double damage anymore. And the cycle after that one is going to be even tougher because it's going to have the new Unshakable modifier. This is going to completely prevent behemoths from being staggered, and it is also going to completely prevent part breaks from happening entirely. So this one is going to be rather tough. It's almost like they put 2 modifiers in one on this one. No staggers at all and no part breaks at all, not even for extra time on the clock. Interrupts do work here. I did not test Shock Elemental procs though. I'm not sure if maybe the meta here would be 4 Shock Swords at once. We'll have to see what happens there. Then this cycle after that one, starting with level 201, we are going to have the Tough Hide modifier on that cycle. So having a good Pike player is going to be a pretty good asset on this one, as long as the wound damage scaling is favorable enough, that is. And then for level 221, we're going to have another scaling increase here and nothing else on the modifier side of things. It's either this cycle or the one before that the timer goes down to 6 minutes at the start of the hunt. I forget which one. I think it's the one before that, because the very next cycle at 241, we are going to have the timer go down to 5 minutes at the start. And then the next batch of cycles after that is going to then have the Weapon Master modifiers again in reverse order this time. So it's going to be Hammer, then Axe, then Strikers, then Pike, then Chainblades, then Repeaters, then Sword. And then this is going to bring us to level 401, and that is going to have the Stonehide modifier, and I believe a scaling increase there as well. Then 421 cycle is going to be Unshakable again. Then 441 is going to have Unshakable and Tough Hide on everything, with also only having 5 minutes here. I feel like this might actually be where a good percentage of people are going to get stuck. Actually, because you can't get part breaks at all, I feel like this might be downright impossible, because you are going to have to just speed kill these behemoths, and that's going to be pretty tough because of Tough Hide. And not being able to have them staggered, that's probably a GG. But on the off chance a guild does get past that level, then there is going to be Weapon Master modifiers after that. And then I think right after those Weapon Master modifiers is when we hit the Vitality level. So yeah, level 441 through 460, that is going to be a really tough wall to get over, I would say. And if by some miracle we do get past that level, then the Vitality level at level 621 is going to be acting as a kill screen. That is the intention there. Though considering the behemoths on 621 are rather easy, I would say 621 would probably be possible, but then 622 is going to be impossible. But that is going to do it for this video, guys, and that is going to be the cycle structure for Gauntlet Season 2. Drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I have been Trevor. I go by TheMrTrails, and I will catch you guys next time.